Hi there, welcome to my first online card making tutorial for 2018. Today I'm sharing with you this very sweet and simple card featuring the Heartfelt Blooms stamp set. This is an exclusive Sale-a-bration stamp set that's available at the moment through their biggest promotion of the year. If you want some more information about how you can get a hold of this free, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. So the cardstock pieces I've got today are our folded Sahara Sand card base, a Whisper White panel with black bordering. It's just a very small border, and that's going to sit all nice and flat on your card. So I might go ahead and quickly do that with the snail, but I'll fast forward the process for you so you don't have to watch me do that in real time. So I've got some pieces here from the Wood Grain Textured Designer Series paper. I'm just having a look at how they fit with that Sahara Sand colour. In my original sample I have gone with a tone that's very soft and warm. It's a lot like this one here. But we used a lot of that up in class last month. So I'm just thinking that I might go with this really light one. And that seems to be a good match to everything that's going on there, but still have enough detail that'll show through. So I need my Big Shot. Lots of labels die, and I'm going for the second largest size. I'm just having a think about where I'm going to have those flowers fall and what amount of detail I might like. So I might go this way. So I've run that through the Big Shot, and I've got a panel that'll go in the center of the card. And now I'm going to stamp on top of it. Now this stamp set someone referred to as a one and done stamp set, and I think that's a really great way to look at this image. It's got all this lovely definition that allows you to get a shaded, detailed impression with just one stamp. So I've got my stamp on the block. I've added a little tape so it won't drop out. I'm making sure that it's really well inked, and I'm going to hover it over so that these little leaves are coming up through the top and the rest falls along the bottom. Give it a nice firm press. And there we go. We've got that gorgeous stamp. And it's got all the detail from that beautiful background paper come peeking through. So that's going to be put on there with dimensionals. In my initial sample here I've gone with Thinking of You, which is a very nice little sentiment from our Teeny Tiny Sentiments. I loved that typewriter style look to the font, and I thought that worked really well. The sentiment worked really well with the imagery. I need birthday cards though, and this Teeny Tiny Sentiments set has so many wonderful stamp sets in there. I might do a just for you this time, and then when I've got my birthday coming up or an event that might suit, it'll be ready to go. I've just got a piece of black scrap cardstock there. I'm going to ink this one up in Versamark. Add some embossing powder, which I'll catch on this piece of scrap paper. And now I'm going to heat set that. Now that that's all heat set, we're going to punch it with the classic label punch. And trim it into an arrow size. I've just grabbed my scissors and I'm going to trim that side and straighten that up. Using my label punch means even though I don't want those little arrow ends, I still get a really great smooth straight result. If you try and trim those sentiments with your scissors by freehand, you end up with sides that are all wonky, and if you're like me, you just keep cutting until you've got next to nothing left. Now that's beautiful just as it is, nice and simple, but I did want to add a little bit of layering in behind my sentiment. And I've got this piece of silver glimmer paper, so I'll trim off a little strip of that. Might go, I just want to make sure it pokes out the sides. Just a little touch, and just over a centimetre wide. And that I'm going to do in a matching arrow, but I'm going to angle that side as well. So that's going to lay out on there, and I'm going to use my tear and tape adhesive for that one because it's sitting on a glimmer paper. I do find that it's nice having that extra hold that the tear and tape offers. So now we've got that pop of glimmer. I might even just shorten that a tiny bit to let that glimmer paper stand out a little bit more. Alright, so I wanted just a little more layering underneath there. I've got this torn doily that was used in another project. In my initial sample, I had a piece of this crochet trim, but I don't have any of that left, so I'm going to wiggle on just a really ripped leftover piece of doily and see if I can get that to where I like it, just for that tiny bit of extra detail. I'll trim that off so it doesn't pop through the top. Let's wrinkle that up a bit. This poor little doily, it's been really hacked to pieces. And then that's going to sit on dimensionals. Actually, I think it's sat pretty flat. Let's go with flat. And there we have it, a little project featuring the Heartfelt Blooms stamp set. That's what the original looked like, and there's my case of it there for the video for you today. I hope you've enjoyed those, and it encourages you to get your wood grain papers out and have a little play with this wonderful stamp set. Thank you for joining me.